I'll let you keep going, Jonathan.
No, I don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when many times you come here saying lots of things that
I
aren't
won't
based
come
in
back,
fact.
Jonathan. I'm
But,
done.
but
I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
That's conservative political commentator and radio talk show host Hugh Hewitt walking out on a panel hosted by Jeff Bezos-owned Washington Post for deceptively reporting recent concerns related to voting in Pennsylvania. Welcome to Nurk News, I'm Nurkish, and it looks like things keep going from bad to worse for the Washington Post. In addition to reports of low staff morale, the Post has recently faced financial difficulties resulting in layoffs and cost-cutting measures such as axing long-standing sections like the Kids Post and John Kelly's Washington. Now it appears that tensions are so high that contributors are actively walking off and resigning entirely.
is it me, or does it seem like this week Donald Trump is laying the groundwork for contesting the election by complaining that cheating was taking place in Pennsylvania by suing Bucks County for alleged irregularities? And this is on top of his continual assertion that if he loses, it's because of cheating.
Yeah, he's been laying the groundwork for this, just not in the last week, but in the last umpty-ump months. No election can be fair in Donald Trump's mind, unless Donald Trump wins it. And I think we are going to see him both rev up his supporters to contest elections outside of courtrooms and go to every courtroom he can in America where it's relevant to make whatever arguments he can, no matter how far-fetched. We saw
Jonathan,
that
I've
work
got to
out
speak up.
last time, but it didn't work
Let
out
Ruth
this time.
finish,
It
Hugh.
may not work. That may not happen this time. And now I'll let you go, Hugh.
Well, I've just got to say, we're news people, even though we're at the opinion section. It's got to be reported. Bucks County was reversed by the court and instructed to open up extra days because they violated the law and told people to go home. So that lawsuit was brought by the Republican National Committee and it was successful. The Supreme Court ruled that Glenn Youngkin was successful. We are news people, even though we have opinions, and we have to report the whole story if we bring up part of the story. So yes, he's upset about Bucks County, but he was right and he won in court. That's the story.
Now, to be fair, I know liberal readers and staff there are upset that the Post didn't endorse Kamala Harris and has tried to present a tinge of objective journalism by featuring a few more conservative contributors. But you can't honestly watch this clip and tell me that it comes off as anything but liberal bias. The only one who is behaving remotely like a professional adult there is Hewitt. The other two just come off as smug, gossipy prima donnas for the left.
I'll let you keep going, Jonathan.
No, I don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when many times you come here saying lots of things that aren't
I won't
based
come
in
back,
fact.
Jonathan. I'm done.
But
I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
So Ruth, you wrote a column this week ending with this line, and actually I think this is perfect. We're going to put it on the screen. You wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." Talk more about that, Ruth.
Okay, I'm collecting myself.
Oh, Ruth froze. Ruth is frozen. So hang in there, everyone. We're going to see if we can try to get Ruth back to this We're gonna get Ruth back in a moment. This is First Look, Washington Post Live's nonstop shop for news and analysis, and Ruth is back. So I'm going to read that quote back again from your column, Ruth, where you wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency." Okay, we lost her again. Everybody, if you've been watching First Look, you know that these conversations can be interesting, contentious. You just saw Hugh Hewitt leave the conversation, which is lamentable, unfortunate. It is what it is.
Now, the fallout of all this is what you would expect. Conservatives applauded Hewitt's move, while liberals in the media mocked it and suggested that he was acting unprofessionally, which is a little amusing considering that establishment media has no issue with regularly interrupting its guests, cutting their feeds, or kicking them off their show entirely if they stray too far from the narrative. And this doesn't even take into account how frequently they interrupt Trump's speeches or stop showing them entirely as a method to push their own political bias. The responsibility to be professional never seems to cut both ways with them, because apparently pretend journalists are allowed to behave however they want, but if a contributor or guest does the same, it's considered unprofessional and biased. Hewitt didn't walk out because he disagreed with the liberal host. He walked out because he was fed up with them only reporting part of the story and not giving enough consideration to his criticisms. But let me know what you think. Who was more unprofessional in this exchange, Hewitt or the host and panelists? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye.